On Mountain News this morning, President Biden prepares to address the nation on his decision to leave the 2024 race as his vice president steps up. And a new outreach program made its debut thanks to the help of the Pikeville Summer Bookmobile.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 6 a.m. And I was just thinking this morning, my favorite part about summer is when you go outside and you don't need a jacket, even if it's 4 in the morning. But it might be a little humid, so let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
You know what I enjoy about this time of the year, Madison, is the fact that twilight sometimes is as early as what? 4:45, 5 o'clock, but you can see on the web cameras that now, that twilight start time is a little bit later, so the days clearly getting shorter. Well, talking about something getting shorter or less, it's the visibility. It's starting to drop a bit here across eastern and southern Kentucky again, and a lot of our visibility is below the optimum of 10 miles. In fact, Pikeville over toward Grundy, less than a mile in a number of spots, so please keep that in mind this morning. Temps, not bad. Definitely don't need the jacket this morning, right, Madison? 71 at Prestonsburg, 70 at Manchester and at Jonesville, Irvin at 70. The pinpoint Doppler radar, nothing going on to the north and west, maybe a couple of blips, that's it, as you end up getting across southern Madison County, west-southwestward. Otherwise, the main action is south of Harlan, tracking into Kyles Ford right now, and that will continue into southwestern portions of Virginia. Mostly cloudy and muggy today, scattered showers, a few thunder showers, and the high later today approaching 80. First Alert 7-day forecasts in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. The race for the White House continues to take shape this morning with Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump sharpening their attacks against one another. Yesterday, Trump said he'd be willing to debate Harris more than once, but first, she must become her party's official nominee. Later today, President Biden will explain to the American people why he ended his campaign and endorsed Harris. CBS News' Jared Hill has the latest from New York.
Back in Washington, Joe Biden is entering a new phase of his presidency. Tonight, set to address the nation about his decision to exit the 2024 race.
He wants to talk directly to all of you, to the American people, to talk about what's next.
It comes a day after Vice President Kamala Harris held her first rally as a 2024 presidential candidate, packing out a gym in a key swing state.
We have earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination.
In a suburb of Milwaukee, where just last week, former President Donald Trump accepted the GOP nomination, Harris pledged to take him on.
I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week.
Harris's momentum fueled by an influx of cash and major endorsements, including the top Democrats in Congress, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
We're going to hold the Senate, we're going to win the House, we're going to elect Kamala Harris as our next president in November.
Yesterday, Trump appeared to sharpen his barbs against his new likely opponent, Harris.
She's far more radical than he is. She wants open borders. She wants things that nobody wants.
That line of attack echoed by Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance.
The Biden record is the Kamala Harris record.
Trump will rally in North Carolina later today, while Harris is set to address a historically black sororities convention in Indianapolis. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The Trump campaign has filed a complaint with the Federal Election Commission, claiming that the transfer of more than $91 million from the Biden to the Harris campaign is a campaign finance violation. The former president and his running mate will hold their second joint rally this weekend in Minnesota. Tomorrow, Vice President Harris will address the American Federation of Teachers, one of several labor organizations to endorse her this week. Republican Senator Rand Paul made several stops around the state yesterday talking about Kentucky tourism. He was also asked about the possibility of Governor Beshear ending up on the Democratic ticket.
Chance of me voting for Kamala Harris, even with an Andy Beshear, I can tell you that. I'd be happy to see someone new in the governor's mansion, but No, I'm not a big fan of Governor Beshear. During the COVID overreaction, the idea that he would try to police our churches, police our restaurants, police our hotels, there was no science behind any of that, but there was a casual disregard for our religious freedom and our individual liberty. And so I've never been a fan of him because of his reaction on COVID.
Senator Paul still has not officially endorsed the Republican presidential nominee, former President Trump. The Pikeville Summer Bookmobile made some stops around the city yesterday, debuting the new community outreach program with the help of the Pikeville Police Department. WYMT's Buddy Forbes gives us a look at the books.
This is the very first ever Pikeville Independent Bookmobile.
The bus is packed with books as the Panthers try to keep the pages turning this summer.
It was a chance for us to just get out in the community and to get to see our kids a little bit and say hi to them. And you know, we still have another couple weeks before we get them back, and we miss them.
Pikeville Independent Schools worked with the city, the police department, the farmers market, and other community partners to get the summer bookmobile on the road Tuesday.
Then you can pick out a backpack. There's a backpack. He'll help you right there.
You know, we recognize at Pikeville Independent the importance of literacy and the importance of students reading. No matter what they want to do when they grow up with their futures, reading is going to be involved.
The program, funded by a community schools grant, provided free books and snacks to students in the Pikeville area, serving as a reminder of the surprises that can be found in the bookshelves and the support that is waiting for them back at the schools.
You know, we're all part of this large ecosystem, and we know how important our kids are and how important education is, and so we wanted this to be a way to show our interest in that and to provide a service to our entire community.
Keeping the kids engaged and entertained with their imaginations in mind.
We know that it provides an outlet for them, that it provides an escape for a lot of kids, and we just want to get books of all kinds into our students' hands as much as we can.
As they prepare to head into a new chapter at their schools.
Well, hopefully you got some good books that are going to help.
In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The Pikeville Police Department followed the bus, handing out frozen treats as a part of its Copsicles program.
70 degrees as of last check here in Hazard. It is 70 as well at Irvin and at Pikeville, and down your way at Jonesboro. It's also 70 at Middlesboro. All right, gonna zoom in here because we do have a few showers as you end up getting across the western portion of our viewing area. This sticks out like a sore thumb though, south of Harlan, and continues to track toward Kyles Ford, eventually Mount Carmel. I think this will be along and south of Norton. We make our way up toward Madison County, extending from just south of Stanton and Powell County, just into Waynesburg, and a couple of showers will continue to track toward McKee and Boonville now as we head through this 6 o'clock hour. Mostly cloudy, muggy today. If we see some good breaks in the clouds, it probably will be up toward Madison and Rowan counties. Otherwise, it's scattered showers and a few thunder showers, a high flirting with 80. All right, good news heading into the weekend. First Alert 7-day forecast in moments. Madison?
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Just ahead, the Perry County Ambulance Authority continues to expand as it begins operations out of a new location.